My name is Bronwen, and I am the Toking teacher. I am a cannabis patient, an educator, and now I am an author. It is a true honor to be here today, and I hope through the vulnerability and the honesty in my story that you can hear why patient rights and protections are so vital and necessary. On October 20th of 2020, my life changed forever. I'm going to back up to July of that year when I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia, Hashimoto's, chronic pain, arthritis, the list goes on and on. And I knew that prescription, they wanted to send me to pain management. And I knew, because I am a recovering alcoholic with a sobriety date of June 16th of 2017, I knew that pain management wasn't a thing for me. I was working as an elementary school teacher, a fourth grade teacher to be precise. I had worked in that position for 13 years. I loved my job. I loved the kids. I loved everything that I did. I loved impacting lives. I loved changing the world. And I, fast forward again, got my medical marijuana card, thinking that having a card would protect me. I knew that cannabis would not stimulate my desire for my drug of choice, for alcohol or for benzos, which was my second DOC or drug of choice. I knew that wouldn't happen. And I knew that cannabis would be the best medicine for my needs. I started that school year. It was during the pandemic, during COVID and all of that stuff, and life was crazy. And I had a chiropractor appointment, and I took my dab pen to school with me that day so that I could take it to the chiropractor for an adjustment after school. I proceeded on with my day, had a leak in my purse, and the end result of that was me losing my teaching license until the end of 24. That was October 20th, 2020, I was walked out of my classroom, and I have not returned to the classroom since. What I've chosen to do instead is to lead with courage and to show the tenacity that my mother taught me to have. And that's just keep going. You can't stop. And I chose, if you can't beat them, join them. And I worked in the medical marijuana industry. I worked at a cannabis cultivation facility, and I'm trying to get away from using the M word. I'm sorry, a cannabis facility. And I worked there making edibles and flower packaging. And while working there, I had the opportunity to be at a cannabis event. And my sponsor for this story, Dustin Kava, saw me and was convinced that the world needed to hear my story. So here I am, and I've had the chance to write it in a book, and now I have the chance to share it with you. And I have the chance to read so many other amazing stories, which is incredible. After hearing this showcase and everything that's going to be in the book, I can't wait to buy my copy. I haven't read it yet either. So I lose my license. I meet Dustin. Dustin says, the world needs to hear your story, Bronwen. So I'm like, okay, here I am. The world's going to hear my story. And I meet Dr. Bridget Williams, and she's like, oh yeah, your story needs to be in here. And this whole time I feel like an imposter. And this community has led me to believe that I am not an imposter. I've been put exactly where I belong. And I'm doing and learning all of the things that I should be. And if nothing else, this is the beginning of my journey of understanding how necessary patient rights and protections really are. So here I am starting my journey. I came out of my cannabis closet. I'm no longer an educator. I'm working in the promotional products industry now because I did leave the processing and cultivation facility that I was in. I believe I belong in an education role and not locked inside all day long. So here I am pursuing my dreams, and things may not always go the way that you think. And Brene Brown has taught me something very, very, very important. And the thing that she has taught me, and I am going to leave you with this, I told people before this show that it may not be my best presentation, but it is true and honest and genuine and from my heart. And I hope you know that courage is important, and it is important to get all of our stories out there, that people need to hear the things that people lose. I lost a career that I still owe thousands of dollars on in student loans. you know? So I lost my career. I lost everything, but I've gained so much more. So if I leave you with this, Brene Brown, vulnerability is not about winning. It is not about losing. It's having the courage to show up when you can't control the outcome. Thank you for being here, and pick up your copy today.